Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. In today's video, we are going to see how we can create this cute little penguin, the 3D low poly model of this penguin, and at the same time combine it with 3D paper cutting. So the entire video is divided into two parts. In the first part, we are going to see how we can create the template, and in the second part, we are going to see how we can assemble this low poly structure. So let's get started with the template. To generate the template, open a Chrome browser and in that open the website ilovepdf.com. In the website, add a PDF file which is your low poly template file, the low poly structure that you want to make. In this case, I have chosen this penguin structure that has been created by an artist called Methacura. His files are freely available on gumroad.com and I have already shared the link in the description box. Then the second thing that you want to choose is the overlay image. Any geometrical design or any design of your own in the form of an image file. Set the transparency option to the maximum, that is the opacity to the minimum at 25%. You can see the amount of opacity by the red dots. They will get solid or they will become transparent depending upon the level of the opacity that you have chosen. Then finally, keep the red dots at the center. So there is a grid at the top which you can put that dot in the center. The only thing that you need to ensure is that the image that you have chosen for overlay has to be of A4 size. Also, the image should be on top of your design rather than under the design. Once you are done with everything, then click on add watermark and it will generate a PDF with your image as watermark on the background. Since the image is of the A4 size, so it will completely cover your entire PDF page. Once the watermark PDF is downloaded, if you will open it, the pages on which you have chosen to add the watermark, you will see the design on top of your template file. So now you have a design on top of your template and you can do a cutting on these parts before you assemble them. So that's the second part of the video, paper cutting and low poly fusion. So let's get into it. So here is the printout of the watermark template I just created, and I have chosen three colors for this model: off-white, black and baby pink. Now before you can cut and assemble these parts, a little prep work is needed on each part. Now what I mean by prep work is that since you will be doing paper cutting also on these parts, so you need to ensure that your parts are sturdy enough to be assembled. So for that, create a slight buffer around each of the edges, whether that edge is external or the edge is interior, it does not matter. You create a buffer area around the edges. So if there is a line, there will be two buffer areas, one on the left and one on the right, and no paper cutting will be done in those buffer areas. So only outside the buffer area you will cut out the watermark design that you have put on top of your parts. Once you are done, your part should look something like this. You can clearly see those buffer lines that I have created around the actual template lines that were part of the original template. And these buffer lines will serve to ensure that the parts are not fragile and sturdy enough to be connected during low poly assembly. Once you have performed the buffering activity for all the parts, then affix your template on your craft paper by gluing it at the four corners. And now it's time to cut the overlay design that you have put on top of your craft paper. You can choose the blade according to your comfort, but if your paper is thick, I would suggest to go for a shorter blade. If the paper is thin, then I would suggest to go for a longer blade. Now if you see on screen, everything that is inside those buffer borders, without going into the buffer border, I'll cut the design and I will not touch the buffer border area. The overlay paper cutting is exactly same as any other paper cutting. So I have already made lots of videos on how to do paper cutting. You can refer to those if you want some tips and tricks. But cut this design out, and once your design is cut out, then this part is ready for the next step of the low poly prepping. So here is the page. You can see that I have completed my paper cutting on top of my parts without going into the buffer areas. The next step is to create marks for you to later on determine where to do the scoring. Either you can do this or you can score with your template on top of your craft paper also. Both ways are fine. I prefer to put pressure marks with the help of the tip of the blade so that later on I know where to draw these scoring lines. Do not put these pressure marks on the buffer lines that you were created. Those were just for guidance. The actual template lines, the dotted lines and the dashed and dotted lines, that's where you need to put these pressure marks. Once you are done putting identification marks over your template part, the next step is to cut out the template along the solid lines. The only thing that you need to take care of while cutting out the template is that the width of the flaps cannot be more than the width of the buffer area that you have created around the template lines. So in case your template has a wider flap than your buffer area, you need to reduce the width of the flap during the cutting. As you can see right now, I am doing with the help of a scale. And here is the cutout part, and you can clearly see the marks that I created earlier, and I'm going to use these marks as a guide to draw the scoring lines on this paper so that I can do the next step of folding out the template part. On your template part, you will see two kind of dotted lines. The regular dotted line, which you need to fold inwards. This fold is also known as valley fold. And then there will be another kind of dotted line, which is the dashed and dotted line, which you need to fold outwards, and this is also known as a mountain fold. So taking help or reference from your template part, do the folding. Please note that since this is a fusion of paper cutting and low poly, you cannot write anything on any side of the template part on your craft paper. So always keep your actual template parts from your printout of the template handy so that you can refer to what is the edge number, what kind of folds you need to make, and so on. Do not write anything on your template part, otherwise it will be visible after the final assembly. And here is my first part completely prepped. In a similar fashion, you need to prepare rest of the parts also, so that you have all the parts together and ready to be assembled to form the shape of the penguin. And here are all the parts cut and prepped and ready to be assembled. I have also kept the template printout parts on the side because I need them to refer to the edge IDs and everything, since I cannot write anything on the template parts. Also, if you notice that the black parts do not have any paper cutting on them, because I wanted a solid background against the front parts on which I have already done the paper cutting. To connect the pieces, I am going to use this white PVA glue, and I'm going to use a toothpick to apply the glue on the flaps. On the first part, there are two edges which have the same number, so that's like, within the piece a join has to be made. So I'll pick up the first part, I'll take up some glue on the toothpick, and I will apply it evenly on the flap. Do not apply too much glue, do not apply too less of a glue also. Apply a thin even layer of the glue, and once you've applied it, you connect it together. Since my page is, I think, of 220 GSM thickness, so I'll have to hold it for some time for the glue to take effect. Then pick up the next piece, taking reference from your actual template printout, see what two edges needs to be joined together. Once again, apply the glue and connect it with the piece. Now this process is going to be followed for all the pieces. Basically, you need to keep taking reference from the template printout and correctly connect the edges. The low poly assembly is the most challenging part of this entire art piece, because I don't have any edge IDs written on the cutout parts to refer to. So again and again I have to refer to the template parts and see which two edges needs to be joined together. So chances of error are very high. So be very careful, because once you will join two parts, and especially if there is paper cutting on that part, disconnecting or decoupling those two parts will be very difficult, and most probably you will tear off the part. So ensure that you are not connecting wrong parts together. So keep on connecting the pieces and regularly keep checking that you are connecting the right pieces at the right place, and slowly you will be able to finish the entire low poly assembly. Lastly, I cut out two triangular pieces of black paper to put them as eyes on either side of the nose of the penguin. And here we are with a completed fusion paper sculpture, a combination of low poly and paper cutting, and this penguin has come out real nice. The combination of colors is also looking extremely good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys liked it and found it useful, then please do not forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Also do subscribe to my channel for more and more videos on paper arts, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.